Hey everybody, my name is Rashane Deloach, and I was a part of the Bigger Than Nature Intended Challenge Part 1 with MHP using the MYO-X product. And rumor is they're going to be running a second contest this year. And so I just wanted to kind of give you input on my experience, what I went through with the MYO-X challenge, to get you excited about what potentially can happen with you if you really put in the hard work. When I started out in MYO-X, I weighed about 274 pounds. Keep in mind, I am 6'7", 274 pounds. It was kind of hard for me going into MYO-X, building more muscle. I pretty much stayed at the same size for roughly about 7 years. My weight may have fluctuated, but I didn't have the arms and different things that I'm going to discuss that changed for me being on MYO-X. So I'm a big guy, harder to build more muscle than what I already have. Was already working out 5 days a week. Now, one of the most impressive measurement change for me was really two things. It was really my chest and my arms. My bicep, when I started, was around 17 and a half. And by the time it ended, it was around 18 and a half. So it grew an inch, and my chest went from a 46 to a 47 and a half. So I was growing in half an inch increments. And that was huge, and the reason why it's the most impressive to me is because I've had struggle for roughly between 7 to 10 years in making my chest and my arms bigger. I did all the diet, the mass, weight gainers. I was getting into my stomach, but did all the weight gainers. I was doing the 5 sets of 5 or doing 8 sets of 5, lifting heavy weights. So I already was doing those things, but didn't really have the growth for me. My body just did not respond to it until I got a hold of MYO-X, which was huge because for the first time in roughly 7 years, I had growth in my bicep and chest. One of the most impressive strength gains was definitely, I noticed, like for instance on the Smith machine, because I work out, sometimes I work out by myself. And when I used to do about 405 pounds working out on the Smith machine bench press, and by the time MYO-X ended, I was doing around close to about that 500 pound bench press. My squats went from 400 to 495 pounds. And my dumbbell curls, alternating dumbbell curls, was I was around 80 pounds when I started being on MYO-X. Now I can arm curls 125 pound dumbbells easily. Not easily, but you know what I mean. I can now lift that when I couldn't do that. My max was 80 before. And the way I felt on MYO-X, roughly about 3.5 week, 4 week mark, I started noticing my upper body started to feel fuller. More so my chest, upper back, arms a little bit later on in the second month, but more so I felt it in my upper chest and back a little bit more fuller. Now also, one of the biggest things I did notice was being on MYO-X was my strength gains. Definitely strength gains, size and chest, and biceps, like I just said. Also, I was able to accomplish, during the competition, my goals. Wish I could have did a little bit better, but that was more on me because of dieting. But the MYO-X really helped improve my strength. It helped the muscle gains and the recovery. The recovery was pretty good as well. So it allowed me to reach the goals I had in mind. Also, I enjoyed the camaraderie, dealing with the other competitors. We would post on there videos of your progress and videos of, doing some of the exercise routines, showing the type gains that we were making while being on the product. So the MYO-X, the Bigger Than Nature Intended contest, really helped me to focus on a goal, a purpose, that what I didn't have before. So it gave me that focus to focus on the diet, to focus to train hard, take my product, 12 hours before you work out, and really see if I can really transform his body. Really give the product a chance to work, because a bad diet can't outweigh your workouts. You gotta it's got to be both. The diet's got to be well as your workouts has to be intense, and that's what I did. So this contest really helped motivate me the start of the year to focus on my diet, on my body, and to take better care of myself and really change my physique, which was my ultimate goal. I was happy with the results. One thing I will say, word of advice: you have to be patient with the product. it really took about 4 weeks before I really started to understand what was going on, what was working. So it's important to do those measurements, because I wouldn't have known anything had grown without me doing those measurements. Those half an inch make a difference. So you have to be patient with the product. You have to train hard and make sure you get the diet and feed your body so that it can grow. That's the whole benefit of the MYO-X, to help reduce those myostatin levels for that time period so that you can build bigger muscles. One thing I will say finally with this, even after I got off of MYO-X for about 4 months, I still kept all my gains. Look at this right here. I still have all my gains, which is amazing, because sometimes you can take products and then you get smaller. I kept my gains. I'm going to be recycling back on it because I'm curious to see if I could push my body more and grow more. So I'm looking to hopefully be a part of the Bigger Than Nature Challenge. Part 2, we'll see. I definitely would enter into the contest again, and you should take part of this as well. So all in all, the MYO-X Bigger Than Nature Intended Challenge was a huge success for me. It helped change my life to really focus on my goal, and it showed me that I can, discipline myself enough to diet, which was most important to me, diet better, and then work out harder. It gave me that support that I need to do it. So I want, again, thank MHP for that support, and everyone who took part of the event. We all shared our experiences. I enjoyed it. Thank you. And again, this is Rashane DeLoach, one of your contestants from the first Bigger Than Nature Intended Challenge. Take care.